exactly. I'm on Zoom also. Is that? I am muted. But I hear you double. Oh, Discord? Yeah, okay. There we go. Perfect. I was able to upload a short right now to YouTube, but I wasn't able to get it up on. Yeah, so I was able to upload a short on YouTube. Go check it out. I couldn't upload on TikTok just yet. And sorry, I just uploaded right after.
All right. Oh, Z got the Elgato. Let's fucking go, baby. All right.
I need to switch over to the Elgato, man. My capture card
His ass.
I don't know how long. It's not ass. It's just that it converts everything to the MOV format, and the MOV format isn't.
You know what you need? You need a better camera, because every time you do OBS Ninja, your quality falls apart. What am I looking at right now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. On my end, it looks good. I don't know what to tell you.
This looks so bad.
Oh shoot.
What am I looking at? Oh my god. Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, try. Oh, there you go. Now you're better. Did you change anything?
I am?
Yeah.
No.
We gotta find another solution outside OBS Ninja, dude. Every time we use OBS Ninja, your video just doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. This is literally what I always have done, and
also, what's really annoying
sometimes
too,
it works.
What's really annoying too is my whole face shows up, right? Like I can see my whole full square. But for OBS Ninja, it doesn't fit the whole aspect ratio of the window in Streamlabs. So right now, if you look at the stream, I have a full square and you're a rectangle that's smaller than my square, and it's really bothering me right now. Let me see if I can fix this. Actually.
Oh my god.
I think I can fix you. Yeah, let me just do that and then a little bit of this. I think.
You know how I can fix you?
Yeah, I can fix anybody.
You know how I can fix you?
How can you fix me?
Pretending that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars.
I would know what that. Real quick, let me lower the volume real quick on this guy, because I feel like it's just a tad bit too loud. Zeke, how do we sound? Can you hear me and Josue just fine? Testing, testing, testing. I think we should be able to be heard pretty well. The music should be flowing at a nice 5%.
Let me just pull up Twitch on my phone just to
go
have.
ahead. Check it on your end. Make sure everything looks good. But I think... Oh, Zeke says everything sounds good. That's awesome. I think we're good.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
Dope.
Well, we're back.
It's a stream, right? All right.
Yeah, no.
Thanks for coming, guys. All right,
live,
yeah.
Baby. Oh, Jerry, what's good, baby girl? I mean, baby boy. I mean, cousin. I mean, friend. I mean, fuck. What's up, guys?
Bro.
Welcome back to stream. This is a different stream. To those who have been following the streams for the past 3 or 4 weeks, I've been just playing video games, primarily by myself, with Josue coming into the chat every once in a while. But this one's a little different. This is the Panic Room. For those not familiar with the concept of the Panic Room, it is a podcast we spun up around a year ago, officially with this logo up here on the top right. Something that we were trying to work on for a bit. We were on and off of it, and we're trying to solidify doing this every Wednesday at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. The podcast is kind of a grab bag of things. Right now, we're trying our best to focus on our culture. When I mean our, I mean just POC culture in the media that we keep portraying in all our streams, gaming, anime, movie, TV shows. But honestly, who knows? Things might change in the future, and this podcast might just end up become conversations. But for now, that is where we are with the Panic Room. So welcome if you guys haven't been here before. And Josue, if you want to give a proper introduction, because you're never on any of these streams, shoot.
Yeah, no, so I'm the other half of the Panic Brothers, but I don't stream anything. I'm not a big fan of streaming. I like to keep my personal relationships with my video games very intimate to myself.
You
my
fucked
relationship
Arceus
with
with peanut
Pokemon.
butter last night.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, you should have been there. You should have been recording it. Anyways, no, no, but I like to keep my video games to myself. I like to join whenever Simon is on. But yeah, I'm the other half of the Panic Brothers. We both started Panic Brothers back in 2018, October. Mm-hmm. You had the exact date on you? October,
no.
18th?
The actual day, I really have no clue. Which we should know. We should know our anniversary day, but
yeah,
I had no idea.
The Panic Bros started off only as a podcast, but then we were like, oh, let's make content exclusively for YouTube, and the podcast kind of just went, I don't know, to HisPANIC. But anyways, yeah, so
nice reference.
Yeah. But come tomorrow for the Pokemon Legends Arceus stream.
Yes. So speaking of that, really quick, before we get into anything, I like to always, in case you're not familiar with Josue, I always like to give a rundown of what's going on in Panic before I get into anything. So real quick, let's change scenes a bit and just share my screen. Boop, 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 boop. Let's hop on over to the Panic Brothers YouTube, which is right here, and I'll share my screen. Alright, so right now we're live with Panic Room. This is episode 2 of season 3. Season 3 episode 1's been out 11 days ago. You can watch it right here as I'm hovering over. In the meanwhile, Josue has been doing a lot of great work on TikTok shorts and YouTube shorts. There's, I think, 5 new ones since my last stream, and they're doing pretty well. 901, 800 views, 276. Dude, 3.1k. This is insane.
Yeah. Dude, everything's looking good when it comes to our YouTube. I mean, I know that's not the topic of conversation right now, but everything so far has been looking good. As it stands right now, we have had plus 87 subscribers over the last 28 days. And if you want to get even deeper than that, I mean, we are now at 20,000 more views than usual.
Which is absurd,
for the last month.
And it's
for the last month.
Purely because of shorts, honestly. I know we are putting out more content than usual, which is great. That's what we talked about under goals in season 3 episode 1 of the Panic Room, but still, the shorts are getting us there.
But you see, the interesting effect right now with the shorts is that it's bleeding into our regular videos as well. Mm-hmm. That videos that we thought would, majority of the time with our videos is that it usually just would, let's say, the unfortunate truth is that it'll get maybe 20 views and then that's it, never again.
No,
but we're looking right now, for example, the Ultimate Shonen Jump main character is tier list. And by the way, me and Simon put together a tier list of all of our favorite MCs in anime, and some of our opinions have been extremely controversial, mainly Ichigo.
And also, people are really mad about Saitama. People are really, really mad about the Saitama take. They're like, B rank, this list is trash. I'm like, okay, well, it's an opinion.
To be honest, no matter what tier list anybody puts out, it's gonna be trash. No one's gonna ever like a tier list.
Nah,
but anyways, but funny thing that's happening is that the Ultimate Shonen Jump tier list, when we first put it out, how many views did it have? 20 or something?
It was hovering at 20, nothing more than I think 22. I think it was around that area.
Yeah, but it's it's slowly but surely gaining more views, and I know by the end of the week, most likely, it's gonna cross finally 100 views. And I know 100 views doesn't sound like all that much, but trust me, with the way that the Panic Brothers channel has been for the last 3 years, 100 views
for something that we actually worked on, not 100 views for like something that we just put out there, like us filming something we saw out for like 20 minutes and then not editing it. Like for something we truly edited, 100's a lot, dude.
Exactly. So it's been consistent growth in 2022.
Yes,
so it's really looking good.
So just a reminder,
this is the year, man.
This is our channel. We have a TikTok also, an Instagram and a Twitter. But this is our main hub. Please check out the Ultimate Tier List when you can. Predicting every Kingdom Hearts 4 world, the Panic Room's first episode, my stream highlights from Mario Party, and Josue's video on Kingdom Hearts, and all our shorts. And once again, tomorrow I'll be back here alone at 7 p.m. to do a stream of Pokemon Legends Arceus. But
bro, and I'm not even gonna lie, the TikTok that I made of your stream of Mario Party was dumb funny. It should have got thousands of views.
I was really mad that it didn't blow up. I was like, dude, it's kind of a really funny cut. It's a really funny cut. It's not getting me there.
Yeah, but it's all good. We're gonna keep on making more cuts of it. It's gonna grow.
Yeah. Shout out Gabby. She just came into the chat. What it do, Gabby? Nice to see you again.
Hey, what's up, Gabby?
But let's switch gears a bit. Let's switch back over to the Panic Room. So, real quick, before we get into it, I just want to make sure that it's not too loud in the background music. I keep feeling it's inching a little higher every second. Let's keep it around 2. I think 2 is a very good measurable. Yeah, 2 is fine. Sweet.
I have hentai playing in the back. Should I turn it off? You think it's a good idea to turn it off?
Crank that up. Crank that up a little higher.
Oh yeah. It's
like,
high school
really
DxD.
blast into the speaker. Like I need to hear the moistness. The Panic Brothers, Gabby said the Panic Brothers TikTok is like the Duolingo one, all iconic.
Name a better duo than Duolingo.
I'll wait. Today's episode of the Panic Room, we wanted to look into game development. It's something that I've been putting off for a long time. I told Josue it's one of my huge goals in life to develop a game, and I keep putting it off like fucking crazy because it's so hard and time consuming. But regardless, we don't really talk about game developers at all in our channel, and for that matter, Hispanic game developers. There's not that many in terms of the big scene. Like when you look at Activision or you look at something like Naughty Dog, you don't see the face of those being Latinos. It's typically very much just, white guys, which kind of been like the standard for a bit. So we thought we would look at predominantly Hispanic and Latino driven developers and just give them a shout out, kind of just look at their works, see what they've been doing recently, and see what we can learn from them. I know I told Josue to do a check on his end for list of game developers. I have my own list.
Oh, dude, shout out to you because honestly, I couldn't think of anything else. Your list was pretty fire, and I remember the only thing I thought of was Guacamole. I was like, oh yeah, Guacamole, let's go. And I looked up Guacamole is based in Toronto by 3 white guys.
I knew it. I was about to call it. I knew it that Guacamole was not by anyone Mexican or Latino. I knew it. 100% I knew it was going to be some white dude.
Dude, I was just so... I was so
blown away,
shocked. I was perplexed. I was every word under the sun right there when I found that out. I looked at the screen like, you're joking. You're legitimately joking with me. And Toronto based, not even Mexico. I'm not even sure if they ever went to Mexico. Probably, I'll give them that. They probably did go to Mexico.
That is insane to me. That they don't have a single Mexican on the team. Just like a background check. Like, hey, yo, Paul, do you think maybe we should get like a Latino in here just to say like this game's valid?
Yeah. Yo, it's the craziest thing. A game that's so enriched in Mexican culture and history. Well, and more so culture. But when I think of a Latino game, unfortunately, the only game I do think of is Guacamole. I can't think of any other games that's based.
That's not a good highlight for our community if that's the first thing that comes into your mind.
Yeah, but that's the unfortunate truth, and it's not developed by Latinos.
Also, shout out Bram real quick. First time chatting in here. He's actually downstairs in my house right now. I told him about the podcast, and he gave us a follow, and now he's watching the podcast just one floor underneath me right now.
Wait, did he just find out that you had a podcast?
Yeah, like yesterday, and he gave me a follow, and now he's watching.
He's been living with you the entire time, and he's like, wait.
No. This is my roommate's friend who's visiting from out of town.
Ah, okay.
No, it's pretty funny.
It's like a roommate of yours just finding out, like, wait, so that's what you're doing in your room every Wednesday night at 4:30 p.m. when you talk for an hour straight on the microphone and the laptop? Oh, dude, you should have said that. I thought it was some other bullshit.
I thought you were crying for 2 hours, bro.
Dude, I thought you... Oh, dude, I thought you were watching Dunkin' Donuts commercials.
Dunkin' Donuts compilation on YouTube.
Dude, did you just find out that America runs on Dunkin' or what? Oh god.
Oh, Gabby said just bring Lin-Manuel Miranda into a game and developers would be like, yep, done, let's go. That's a funny topic. Would you trust Lin-Manuel Miranda with a game?
Oh,
I feel like it's a crazy ass game, dude.
The only... Okay, I hate breaking everything about Kingdom Hearts. My favorite game series is Kingdom Hearts. But that would legitimately be the one shot that he has at a video game where he comes in as like a composer or whatever. And at that point, the next time we do...
composer, as like he's making the game, like him. He's director, everything. Do you think that's a chance of being a good game?
Nah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I feel like it'd be terrible.
But if he does the music though, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
It's just shit. Nah, what the hell? What's the name of it again? Oh my god, Hamilton. There you go, bro. I was about.
How would you feel if Yoko got pulled from the next Kingdom Hearts game as like the composer, and instead they announced that it's Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Nah, and you still buy it too. You would actually buy that game.
I would buy it, but I'm gonna be on Twitter every day like,
how they leave Yoko like that?
Oh, Yoko's my son, bro.
Real quick, I just want to start off with the discussion developers with my favorite one that I found, and I really fuck with this team. I told you about them. They're called Lienzo. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah. Let's get into Lienzo.
Dude, Lienzo is valid. Like, they have a game called Mulaka. Let's change screens real quick. There's a game called Mulaka. I don't know if you looked up the trailer or anything like that, Josue, but it's pretty valid. Like, it's kind of got big indie vibes. Like, the last step of indie before you become a AAA studio.
Yeah. When I looked up Lienzo, I only saw their upcoming game, the one that's not coming out yet, the one that's not out yet, Aztec.
Yeah.
Aztec Forgotten Gods. And even though I didn't look at the last game, the only impression I got from Aztec Forgotten Gods is, out of all the companies that I looked at, Aztec is the most ambitious. It's the closest to looking like a AAA game, right? But it's the most unpolished game too.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in terms of polish, this is pretty damn good, dude.
For Aztec?
No, I'm talking about the Mulaka.
Or for the yeah.
Like for an indie game, like if you look at Mulaka, they got
it looks
pretty. Like, this is pretty good for somebody that's.
It looks clean
for somebody's first like official big name game. But you said Aztec is like less polished.
I was looking at Aztec gameplay.
Is it that bad?
Oh, dude, I would never buy it.
No way.
In my life, and I feel so bad saying that.
Is it that bad?
I'm not a fan.
What,
and
did you just watch the release date trailer?
Oh, there's a whole gameplay. If you just type in like Aztec Forgotten Gods, for anybody who's unaware, Lienzo is currently is a Latino-based video game development company. Currently in the middle of creating a video game called Aztec Forgotten Gods. It's supposed to be a Mesoamerican, not Mesoamerican. I think that's the wrong term to use. But it's a video game that's really rich in
just the indigenous culture
history,
of Mexico.
Culture.
Yeah.
There we go. But it's sort of mixing it with a very steampunk approach.
With like a futuristic kind of version.
Like, Yeah, the look of it is really dope. I'm not gonna lie. Like, at least the visuals are
Oh,
fantastic.
you know what? I kind
You
of see
agree
what
with
you're
me,
getting
right?
at. See, like,
When I looked at the gameplay, I was like, I don't see this
I
going places,
mean,
and I feel so bad saying that.
but like, it's
I want to see it succeed. I want to see Latinos succeed in this industry, but it's just unfortunate that this seems like the biggest AAA like video game that I'm seeing from a Latino company,
mm-hmm.
and it's not. I feel bad, but it's not impressing me all that much. And maybe I will say this. You know how it's always those in your own community that's going to be the hardest on you because they need to see you really that extra mile to
Yeah,
succeed.
it's become like a
Maybe I'm
huge
doing
developer.
that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like maybe it actually is pretty cool and pretty good, and I'm just being really hard on it because it's my own culture, and I really just want us to just go above and beyond.
I don't know. I
I'm not
still think this
impressed.
has a chance, honestly. Like the gameplay looks like it could be really fun. It's just that at moments the visuals get a little
Oh,
bad.
Are you hearing it also? By the way, are you listening to the dialogue?
Oh, there's dialogue. I've only seen like fighting music. Like, I haven't heard anyone say anything.
There's the fighting. I'm not that impressed by it, but it was mainly the dialogue.
The dialogue is
There's
what took you out of it.
there's no voices, but it's just
Wait, there's no voices. So what's the
uh,
dialogue then?
it's just text boxes, but it's sort of like a Pokemon Sword and Shield type scenario to me. Where did you ever get like a moment in Pokemon while you were playing Pokemon Sword and Shield? You were like, this game feels like it could use voice
More
acting.
time? Oh, voice acting. Wait, but I'm confused. There's dialogue box with like what? Like Animal Crossing sounds?
No, it's just very quiet.
I don't know, dude. Like, there's
No,
there's moments that really seem like this game's actually kind of fire. Like the cutscenes look good. Like the landscapes look pretty sick, to be honest. I really like this like light rail grind she's doing here. Like if she was Sonic, it's pretty dope. It just seems like you're saying, maybe it's just a little bit empty. Like it's lacking that human touch to it.
It feels
Oh man,
to me
that apartment looks bad.
feels like to me like it needs just like it's coming out this year. If that's the state it's in right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure it's going to really wow anybody. And
Well,
I
it's
think
not
it really
going
truly
to,
needs
but
probably like
I still think it's good though. I think you are giving it too much, like you said. Like you're expecting way too much out of it. And I expect greatness too. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's fine for what it is.
I guess just I will admit that I feel like maybe I'm just being way too critical, but I feel like that with every game that these developers worked on.
Nah,
I just feel way too critical because I'm like I just what's the
I
best
don't
way
know.
for me to describe it?
I can't agree with that because whenever I look at indie developers and I look at the games they're working on, I might not play it because I don't like the concept or I think it looks boring. But I'll never say it's just not that great. I think it looks good for what it is. Because as someone who's tried to get into this like scene, this is pretty impressive, dude.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I heavily disagree with you.
Really?
I think I've seen so many indie games that truly do impress me, and Aztec at this point doesn't look like an indie game to me. It looks like it has the funding behind it to be a little bit more than just an indie game.
Nah,
and that indie game that we saw from
what?
What game?
No, I said like you're capping. This looks indie as fuck.
Aztec Forgotten Gods?
Yeah, this looks indie as hell, dude. This does not look like a AAA game at all.
I feel like it's
maybe during the GameCube
I feel like it's
era,
in this weird.
Like during the GameCube era, this was like AAA, but now in this era, this is not AAA.
Regardless, I'm not impressed by it. Honestly, I will completely admit that I'm not impressed by any game that's out by these developers, and I feel bad saying that. But I just feel like there's.
Dude, I was looking at the gameplay demo. Now I'm looking at the actual gameplay. Oh, gee, tough.
What were you looking at this entire time?
Gameplay trailer. That's what I thought you were looking at. The gameplay trailer.
No, I was looking at the actual gameplay.
I didn't know the game's not out yet.
This gameplay of it. That's what I was looking at.
This entire demo. I didn't know there was a demo. I didn't think there was any gameplay.
Yeah.
There's a demo and it's. Oh man, this is hard.
Now you know what I'm talking about.
It seems really empty. Like there's a lack of human touch, and like the character's so small compared to the giant like scene. Like there's a lot going around her, and she's so small that it's kind of hard to just move her around in a way that seems right.
Thank you. Now you know what I was kind of like. What was my frame of reference this entire time? Yeah. My frame of reference was that gameplay demo where I was just watching it. Like when I went on the website, and what was in the background of the website, they were like showing off the trailer or whatever it was. It looked fire. I was like, holy crap, Aztec may be it. Then I go to the gameplay demo and I said, never mind. And I just say all of this to say that games like this, if I want to see a true evolution for the Latino community in gaming, then to me it's just sort of like this can't be the content that we're pushing out. And we're gonna get into them eventually, but everything else that I've seen from the other developers have been successful in their own right. I'll give them that. But it's been mobile games like Kingdom Rush, for example.
Kingdom Rush is actually pop.
Yeah, Kingdom Rush is wildly successful, but maybe I have this boomer mentality where I'm like, I don't want to see like the greatest title.
I used to have the same mentality too, but I can't hate on it. I mean, wait a minute. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, I can't hate on it. Like mobile games is still a game, and I can't get mad that like one of the best studios out of these lists of Hispanic development studios is a mobile game one. I feel like it's still valid in itself.
I mean, I play Kingdom Rush. I think Kingdom Rush is really fun, and that's not. I don't want to say. Oh my God, how should I even phrase this?
You just don't want mobile games to be at your top. For this, you expect a giant AAA title.
I just don't want that to be what we're capping ourselves at.
Well, we're not capping. I just think that's where we're at. Like, unfortunately, that's where we're at. But it's not that we're capping. Someone can easily break that. I just think that unfortunately, that's where we're at right now because. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of the people who run the industry is not Hispanic, so a lot of it falls back on this, and this is what the best it can do with right now. And I feel like it's not going to be a hard cap off. People will get eventually better at it, which is why we need to praise the people who make this. Because if we don't praise the people who make this, I feel like if I'm trying to get into the scene and someone who makes something like this that I will struggle to make is getting shit on, I lose all motivation to try to be better than them. If no one's gonna praise me for no one's gonna praise me for getting somewhere close to what we're seeing at the top of this list, then what chance do I have of making something that's even better than this as a AAA to get praised? I feel like I'm never gonna get there. We need to praise slowly, bit by bit, to get up there. Do you know what I mean? If we just go like, this fucking sucks ass, and this is good, then anybody who wants to aspire to be somebody who breaks that boundary in this industry and become a huge developer in this POC community, they're gonna lose that motivation and think, well, I can't do it either, so fuck it. You gotta be harsh, but not too harsh.
I'm finding it difficult to not be harsh at all. That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm coming in with this right now. That's why I'm not even agreeing with you. And it's not that I don't think you're incorrect. I think you are, but it's like what my heart is telling me is like, that's not it. I literally can't meet you halfway. And I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a gamer. I'm not a developer. I'm speaking just from someone who's a complete fan of gaming as a whole. Also speaking as someone who's not a fan of gaming and the direction that it's been heading to in the last, I don't know, I guess decade or so. And that's why I sort of said earlier that I feel like I'm coming at this with a bit of a boomer approach, and I will completely admit that. And so maybe my opinion is not as valid, but the opinion that I do have is that I'm just really critical at all the games that I looked at, and I just want to push every Latino developer to even reach higher highs than they've ever set before.
Well, what you want, I think, is definitely not wrong. Like, if you want someone to get the level of a Breath of the Wild or a God of War,
that's the thing. I don't need a Breath of the Wild. I don't even need that. I know that's
name a game equivalent to the quality you're expecting or the what you want.
I think even the two games I'm coming to mind right now, or three really, is like a Shovel Knight, a Stardew Valley, or a Celeste.
Mm-hmm.
That I know indie games are really the way to go right now, but I feel like I've been more impressed by other indie games and the games that have been put out by my own community.
Mm.
And that's where I'm coming at. The one game that I was the most impressed by
Mm-hmm.
was the one by Dreams Unincorporated, the Chris Tales. Chris
Oh
Tales
yeah, yeah, yeah.
game.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking up.
Where it's essentially a love letter to JRPGs as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
With this really interesting dynamic behind it, where that's utilizing time travel. I never heard of it before, but it's the kind of
Neither
game
have
that
I.
if there's one game that I would try out, it's that one because especially because it implements Colombian influences in the
Yeah.
culture, in its culture, and in its architecture. Like
Mhm.
there's Colombian influence when you look at the game, and I
Yeah.
really appreciate seeing a mix between JRPGs and Colombia.
Also, it's visually
crazy to me.
stunning. Really visually stunning. Like
Yeah.
they did a great job with the art style in this one.
Yeah, and I'm seeing other reviews. The reviews have been honestly pretty overall positive, and it just seems like this
Really?
game just has been under the radar for the most part.
Yeah, no, I didn't know
Right.
about it either until I sent you the list. I never like this isn't one of the Nintendo Directs probably, and we just probably missed it completely. Or it could have been a separate trailer, just came out on its own, and we just never seen it. Because I've never heard of it before.
I never heard of it either, and I thought I was a pretty big fan of the genre, the JRPG genre. So
Yeah, yeah. So
I've
this
never
this
heard
is
of it.
kind of what you want more of. You want this level of quality.
like if there was any game in the list of games that I witnessed today that I saw while studying for this podcast, I was the most impressed by Chris Tales. And I feel like seeing more games sort of with that level of dedication and that level of ambition
Mm-hmm.
would make me feel a lot more confident and maybe a little bit less harsh.
That's true.
It was clean. It came out clean. It came out polished. That's why I'm coming out with Lienzo. When I see Lienzo,
Mm-hmm.
the idea of it is so ambitious. The idea of it is insane. It's wild. It looks like it's going to be a crazy time.
Mm-hmm.
Then you look at the gameplay demo, and I'm like,
But you
lost
also need to
everything
remember
to me.
though at the same time, Lienzo's Aztec Forgotten Gods is way harder to implement than Chris's Tale.
100%,
It's just completely
100%,
different.
100%.
So you have to also think of it like that. It's like, I see what you're getting at, that you need to praise the really good ones and push people to make something as good as a Chris Tale or even better than Chris Tales. Hopefully we'll get to in the future. But at the same time, you also need to remember, don't try to downplay the work that comes behind the ones that don't meet the mark, because some of them don't meet the mark, like Aztec Forgotten Gods, are aiming for something way harder to do than just a JRPG. You know what I mean?
I don't want to. I'm not. It's not me shutting down or trying to criticize the work behind it, because obviously, like I said, I'm not a gamer. I'm not a developer. I know that the amount of time that these games must have taken is forever.
But you're
What
still
I'm trying to
disappointed in
say
the
is that
outcome
I'm
because you
also,
expect more out of it.
because I can see what the outcome
Could be.
looks. So I'm assuming it's
That's
like
fair.
the grand scale. I saw the reviews of that gameplay demo, at least the comments. Every comment is saying this could be more polished.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I see what
You
you
know what I
mean.
mean?
No, I
Meanwhile,
think
when I look at Chris Tales, it's all like,
It
crap.
looks
I had a great
pretty
time.
polished,
This is
yeah.
awesome. This
Yeah.
is dope. Like, I'm looking at the overall reviews, and I don't want Aztec Forgotten Gods to come out and it's forgotten.
no, yeah.
I want Aztec Forgotten Gods, the amount of work that was put behind it in order to really have this unique and amazing setting that's really entrenched in Aztec culture and history, and it's forgotten. Hence the name Forgotten Gods. But like, I don't want it to just be mediocre game. Even we still to this day remember the worst of worst games like Sonic the Hedgehog 06, but it's the mediocre games that we never talk about. And so I don't want this game to be mediocre and then we forget about it in the grand scheme of video game history.
No, I think you bring up a valid point. The more I think about what you're getting at, it's kind of fair to lay out that criticism. And it falls on developers to get past that and just try to strive for something even better. So it's fair points.
Yeah.
It's fair points.
I don't get mad at any developer for coming out with a game that looks mediocre. It's just that it hits a little bit harder when you're a Latino and you're in this culture, and you're seeing people of your own culture, of your own community, put out these games, and now you're a little bit more critical. I understand that I'm probably being more critical than I should be, but
No,
that's
it's
just how
fair
I
criticism.
can't
It's expected
not
fair criticism.
feel that.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised. Speaking of Shovel Knight, that you didn't immediately mention Blasphemous. That was the thing I was gonna mention next. That one reminds me a lot of Shovel Knight. Do you remember what it looks like?
No, I'm blanking right now. Maybe I just didn't even review that.
Dude, the game is nice.
Blasphemous.
It's probably my favorite one on the list. It's kind of like a Metroidvania meet with Dark Souls. It's really gory, and it's really cool because it's not just like we made a scary Dark Souls Metroidvania. It's really heavily inspired by like Spanish art and history. Like the world is inspired by a lot of historical pieces from Spain. It's actually really.
Oh, you know, I'm bugging. I did see this. I just didn't look at the gameplay for this.
The gameplay is fire, dude.
Yeah,
it's really fire. I want to play it. I really want to play it.
It looks like an SNES game. Like it looks like a whole like not even SNES. It looks like a Genesis game.
You ever play Castlevania? Which one was it? You probably haven't, but
Symphony of the Night.
Yes, you play Symphony of the Night.
I never did.
It
but
reminds
yes,
me
I know of
so
it.
much of that. I've always wanted to play a game like that ever since I beat that game the first time. And this game is straight
really
up that alley.
That would be your dream game that you would make?
No, not make, play. Ever since I played Symphony of the Night, I've always wanted another game just like it. And Blasphemous is pretty up there, dude. Like, it's nice. The only thing I wish that it had more of was just, I guess, different gameplay mechanics. Because as dope it is that visually and lore-wise, it's inspired by something not seen in many games, which is Spanish history and art, the gameplay is still very much, I'm a Metroidvania with that Castlevania element. Like, they have those dash attacks that Alucard does. They have, like, a lot of similar animation styles to killing people in those old games. It's nothing that crazy. And I feel like if they change the mechanic a little bit, like maybe if he flung his sword, he teleports to one part of the room with his sword, that would change the game a lot for me. But regardless, to anyone watching right now, I highly recommend picking up this game because I'm going to try picking up soon. It looks freaking sick as fuck, dude.
Are you gonna stream it too?
Honestly, yeah, I might. I really might. I really might do it.
Not even people, but every time every screenshot that I'm looking at the game so far, the art style is very unique.
Yeah, very. It's
probably not
the gameplay. The gameplay's not there.
Yeah, the art style is probably not my cup of tea, but I can understand that it looks like it's there's work behind it. Like
no,
it's
yeah.
not
like clearly there's this feels like a true AAA at that point, you know? This is not just like like they kind of like messing around. It's kind of indie still. It very much feels like there's actual solid funding and solid developers behind this.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And oh my, who was the developer behind this?
Game Kitchen. They're located in Spain.
Okay.
I think they also have a PS4 game, called Stir of Dawn. I don't know if where is it? Or Stir of Dawn, what came out of that? I don't remember. I remember seeing Stir of Dawn, and I couldn't remember if Stir of Dawn was a sequel or it was the follow-up of what came from the Kickstarter back in 2017. But if you look at Stir of Dawn, it looks like a finely polished version of the Kickstarter trailer it had in 2017. Either it's a sequel or they got enough money where they were like, oh yeah, no, we can go crazy now with the graphics on this one. Because this is clean, dude. I'm itching to play this shit right now.
You have a whole Pokemon Legends Arceus that you gotta get through first.
Nah, Blasphemous.
Bugging. No, but it looks clean and it looks like it's definitely hitting like a sweet spot for like certain communities, and that's the kind of thing that impresses me. Blasphemous and Chris Tale so far, two genres that so far have been to me two games that have really been ambitious to me, especially with the communities that are trying to tell the story behind it. I think it's impressive.
What's really cool is I'm a big fan of that both of these studios are, Hispanics that are making games. But it's really dope that they took the extra step to include their culture in the gameplay itself. I'm not saying you need to do that to make a good game. By all means, the best Hispanic developer in history can come up with a game that has nothing to do with Hispanic culture or POC culture, and I'm okay with it. But it's really cool they took the extra step to be like, nah, let's just do something a little different, because how many games, have that? We even talked about it, like Assassin's Creed has had so many games about, different parts of history, and they still haven't really danced around any indigenous people like in South America, or just a Native American besides
Yeah.
the
Besides Connor.
yeah, besides Connor, who doesn't have any involvement with Aztecan people at all, or any Spanish for that matter.
Yeah, there's I would desperately love to see an Assassin's Creed. I would even if it was like an Origins gameplay style, and I know me and you don't like the new style of Assassin's Creed, but I feel like if it was like set in like in Mexico or anything that's like that's Latin America based, like that would probably kind of make me go like, you know what, maybe yeah, like
What's this game
check that out.
about? Let's check this out.
Yeah. A Latino assassin kind of makes me kind of gets me broke
How's
up.
it going? For Halloween, you just dressed up with the cloak and everything. Let's roll out.
That gets me bricked up, bro. That gets me bricked up.
Did go ahead.
I wanted to mention something that
Oh, go ahead.
when I was going through the list of games the studios that you presented to me in that list, I looked at Ironhide Game Studios first, and if you're not familiar with Ironhide Game Studios, they're completely based in Uruguay. Even if you look at their careers page, it's all jobs that's based in Uruguay. So you got to live in Uruguay to really work for Ironhide Game Studio.
These are the Kingdom Rush guys, right?
These are the Kingdom Rush guys, yeah. So Kingdom Rush is obviously humongous. It's probably the most famous tower defense game. Besides Pokemon Tower Defense on Newgrounds, that was fantastic. That was amazing. I never got to finish it though.
Did we play a game for a video?
Did we? I don't remember.
And
The Pokemon Tower Defense?
Yeah, and I think I accidentally killed all my Pokemon, and the game was frozen because I couldn't do anything.
That sounds like something that would have happened. That game was fire though. For a Newgrounds game, that was way better than it had any right to be. But Kingdom Rush is another tower defense game, and to its credit, it's probably one of the best tower defense games to ever come out. I can't really think of all that many other tower defense games. Are you even a fan of tower defense, by the way?
Hell no.
You hate tower defense games?
Not my thing. It's just never been my thing.
Oh, dude.
I think I tried
like
picking it up as a kid, and I was just like, no, not me.
Oh, wow. It's like once every like 2 years, I would have this weird itch where I'm like, I need to play a good tower defense game. Yeah, like I get when I'm into it, I'm so into it, but it's only for like a week or two, and then I'm like, I'm good.
You know,
anyway,
I don't even like it like that.
yeah, but Kingdom Rush I did play. It was super freaking addicting when I did play it, and I didn't know that it was a development studio based in Uruguay. A little bit of history behind them. They started in 2010 by 3 friends.
Really?
3 homies in 2010 who decided to screw it. We're getting together. We're making video games. They started off making games for Facebook until they like hit the jackpot with their third game. Their third game being Kingdom Rush, released online, then released on iPads, and they got it in time for a Christmas release for iPhone. Slash iPod at the time. I think iPod is still a thing, but in the time, regardless. And now it is what it is. They have like 3-4 games in the series, I believe. Their most recent.
How many
game,
downloads do they have in the store? Do you know?
It was at one point the number 2 best-selling app on the App Store. So you know that it had. I don't know how many downloads that is, but I know you know that means like crazy amounts of downloads.
It has 686,000 votes on the store. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's huge. It's one of the biggest games on App Store. There's a chance that anybody who's listening to this, you probably played it. But besides the point, and also right now their latest game is a Kingdom Rush spin-off. It's a JRPG, or just I think just a regular RPG. I'm not sure what it is. I didn't play it, but it's like the Legends of Kingdom Rush is what it's called. And also, obviously, right? I feel like every RPG has to have the title like Legends, like somewhere. Like,
Pokemon finally caved in, and now it's their turn.
Yeah. And there was another Legends game. I feel like wasn't there I think it was called Soul Calibur Legends. Soul Calibur Legends was like a game that was like you get to actually not fight, you get to actually run around and like.
That does not ring any bells for me, dude. Also, your camera's a little tweaky again. See if you can fix your camera real quick. It's doing that thing again. Oh, there it goes. Every time I call it out, every time I call your camera, it fixed itself without you doing shit.
All I did was turn it off and turn it back on. I swear to God.
I guess you have to keep doing that every time that happens.
Maybe, but
Also, sup, Lockley? Saw you in the chat. What's up, baby? But no, yeah. You're saying about Legends? You think there's a social album one?
Kingdom Rush. Yeah. No, that was a side tangent.
Hmm.
Kingdom Rush is so big that if you were to type in Ironhide Game Studio on Wikipedia, it doesn't take you to their page. It takes you to Kingdom Rush.
Wait, really? Like that's the first thing that pops up?
Yeah, yeah. Like it looks like when you go to the Kingdom Rush page, it looks like there's like a separate page for Ironhide Game Studio. But you click it and it takes you right back to Kingdom Rush. And they said, "Oh, you mean Kingdom Rush, right?"
Oh, you
don't
want Kingdom
mean-
Rush, right? You don't mean anything else. You want Kingdom Rush.
You didn't ask for Ironhide Game Studio. You asked
Damn,
for Kingdom
dude.
Rush, right?
IGN 9 out of 10, Metacritic 89 out of 100, Touch Arcade
it's-
4.5.
It's legitimately a good tower defense game. It's
Damn,
like one of the best of the best. It's just that like it's as any other mobile game, you had to pay for like certain heroes and stuff like that. And
Wait, they have a board
it
game?
get overwhelming. I didn't know that. I
Yo, we
didn't
should
know
cop that. In real life stream board game for tower defense?
With the Merlin boys.
With the Merlin boys. Shout out them. They're
Shout
not
out to
here,
the
but
Merlin
shout
boys.
out them.
Yeah, but no, but so I say all of that to say about Ironhide and that I was just having this weird like deja vu moment with Ace or ACE, I'm not really sure, or Porcus the Ace team.
Porcus DAC.
It's a team it's a development studio completely based in Chile now Uruguay, Chile, founded by three brothers.
Oh, great, yeah. That
So
makes
instead
sense.
of three homies, it's three brothers, and the three brothers are named Andres, Carlos, and Edmundo. The letters of each name of each person spells
Oh,
out
I
Ace.
never peeped that. I did not peep that at all, dude.
Yeah. It spells out Ace. But the thing that got me was that their number one game is a series of tower defense games on mobile. Also,
Is this Rock of Ages?
I guess Rock of Ages, and I
What is
just
the
sat
tower
there,
defense games, dude?
and I won't lie to you. Maybe a lot of my energy that I'm having today probably just started with how I started to research. That I'm like, wait, you're telling me that
Rated T for T.
back? You have two development studios, both Latino, right? That
Uh-huh.
start off the exact same way, and they both are just making tower defense mobile games. Those are two of the biggest Latino companies.
Wait, do you know what the demographic is for, like, not demographic? Do you know what the stats are for Hispanics who play mobile games? Is it like a
No.
huge grip? Like, do all of us just fuck with tower defense games like that?
No, that's the thing that I'm talking about. Like, why?
Wait, are you sure Rock
Is
of
it-
Ages 3 is a tower defense? It looks like what's that one game? Oh no, it is tower defense. But wait, it's weird. It's like tower defense with a camera that follows you like first person.
It's at the end of the day, it's still a tower defense, and it's just
Yeah, but
it's just so weird to
Did
me.
you look at the gameplay of this? This is trippy. It's like you send out like balls and boulders and shit, and then you have a camera that follows the boulder as if it was you were controlling the boulder yourself. This is weird. I'm gonna buy it.
No, you're not.
It's $7.49. It's 75% off on Steam.
Okay, Rock of Ages or Blasphemous?
Rock of Ages. I hype up Rock of Ages like crazy. I mean, Blasphemous like crazy only to play Rock of Ages on stream. That is really crazy though. Two of these like top was on the list. These guys have probably one of the best games there on the list.
You
is
should have
tower
just said
defense.
you should have just said Legends of Kingdom Rush when I asked for the two of them.
Legends of
But
Kingdom.
anyways, yeah, dude, that's why I won't lie. I feel like I started off the research. I started off at the wrong foot. I admit that completely. I was just like, are you kidding me? Two back-to-back studios, and what they're best known for, and these are some of the probably two of the bigger ones, probably the two of the more successful ones, like in terms of money, obviously,
Yeah.
because it's mobile games.
Well, hold on. We haven't got to the Cartoon Network developers. Did you peep Aquarius? Did they make the Cartoon
Let me
Network
double check
games?
because they're not on my list.
Look them up real quick. It's Aquiris. They're based in Brazil? No, Chile. No, shit. Where are they based at? Brazil, yeah, Brazil. They based in Brazil.
Yes.
Yeah. And they make like Cartoon Network Super Soccer Goal and Looney Tunes World of Mayhem. Apparently Horizon Chase, the car game, is like their #1 baby. But they make Cartoon Network games. And that sounds exactly like what it sounds like. It's just Cartoon Network games. But if they have a contract with them, that's got to be a bag, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, look, I'm looking at their office right now. Their office looks lit. Like, it looks like a legit. Like, they're making money. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, this is like a legit studio, like actual, like, and they have accolades too. And they got 9.4 from IGN for Horizon Chase, their actual original game. See, no, at that point though, do you question, am I nice because I'm making Cartoon Network games, or am I actually a really good development studio? Because I would hate to be one of the few large Hispanic developers and be chained to just, you know, this network that has me making games for them.
That's tough.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're successful, but like, not in your own right.
It's tough because it's kind of. You know what I think of it like? I think of it like. It's a really weird comparison. I think of it like Tom Holland. In that, honestly, like. Or honestly, it's really any MCU actor. But I just only have Tom Holland in mind right now. It's that, you know, you're starting off and you're a developer and you're making your own games and those games are lit, right? Those are the games that kind of are putting you on the map. It's like, do you chase the money or do you chase like the actual accolades?
Like, do you try to prove everyone wrong that you can make something yourself outside Horizon? Horizon's their own game. Make something yourself that, you know, makes you that studio, or do you chase that bag and just keep a stable income for Cartoon Network?
Exactly, because it's like I know a lot of actors have turned down roles from the MCU because they know that, like, once you're in the MCU, like, yeah, you won in terms of getting the bag, in terms of getting the paychecks. Like, you're gonna be lit for probably the rest of your life in terms of those paychecks that you get. But like, here's Tom Holland trying to make other movies that aren't Spider-Man, right?
No, you can't say that because dude's doing Uncharted. So is he really that different?
I'm talking about like those like Academy Award roles. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like these are the kind of movies that you make them, but are you gonna be remembered like
because of that?
Tom Holland? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, because we only know Tom Holland right now because of Spider-Man. He's Spider-Man. But what, you know, like Andrew Garfield, right, is like actually known for being a good actor. He's lit. He was in Social Network. He was in Tick Tick Boom. Like, he's lit. He's going to get an Academy Award one day.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm equating this to, and that it's a W. It's just not the W that maybe like,
we're looking for.
All that proud of. Yeah, like when you at the end of it all, like, are you gonna be proud of it? I mean, maybe if you make the most lit Cartoon Network game, like. And hell yeah,
hell yeah, you made the most lit Cartoon Network game.
I mean, like, it's like if you make Simpsons Hit and Run. It's like, yeah, it's like a licensed game, but
but imagine you keep making Simpsons Hit and Run. Like, you only make Simpsons games. Nah, don't give me that face.
But that's lit.
That's buying that.
Bro. Like, if it's Simpsons Hit and Run, though, like we're talking about, like the Simpsons skateboarding and the Simpsons wrestling and the Simpsons like that like Crazy Taxi like Simpsons game, like then that's when it's like but yo, like, I think or what if you're Insomniac, right? Insomniac, half of their lineup is just licensed games. But like,
no, I get that.
Dude, not only are they getting the money, not only are they getting the bag, but they're making some of the best video games of all time.
No, yeah, easily.
I think it's kind of like, I don't know, but they also made Ratchet and Clank, also one of the most iconic platforming games of all time too. So
I truly do think that you need to make something yourself, but I mean, it makes sense also that you might stray away. And speaking of that, so one also more notable person from this list, or team from this list, is Mercury Stream. Are you familiar with Mercury Stream?
No.
You should, because they're the ones who were founded in Spain by Enrique Alvarez and Jose Ignacio Navas, and they made...
Sound like us, but in Spain.
And they made a game
Metroid
that was
Dread.
nominated, yes, for Game of the Year. However, this is another part where, like, yo, I'm not taking a thing away from you guys. This is the peak. This is what we need. We need y'all doing this shit. Like, if I got to say I worked on a Nintendo game, that's amazing, bro. As a Hispanic developer, you did that shit, bro. Game of the Year almost.
That's exactly the same.
But it's the same situation, though, where it's, yeah, but it's not your IP, dog. Oh, it hurts. Yeah. It hurts.
Like what? I don't know. Honestly, all it is that's how it's what you do with the IP. I think as well. Like,
yeah,
I think it's a W in its own right. I think these are two separate W's that we're talking about, and I think there's nothing wrong with either. I think taking that bag, taking the money, taking that security, be able to like really provide for your families and whatnot, and be able to provide for your not only that, but for your own studio. Like if you're the CEO of a gaming studio, right? And like you've been struggling for a couple years now, like it's really tough. And then what? And then
an opportunity comes up
out to you and says, "Yo, will you guys make Metroid Dread for us?"
You can't just be like, "No, I gotta make my own."
Yeah. I mean, no, your studio is like, "Are you effing kidding?"
Yeah.
Like, take the bag. We need to pay for our families.
But it also just it makes me wonder, dude. It really makes me wonder. What would it be like if Mercury Stream did their own thing? Cause Metroid Dread is so good, dude. Like I told you, it was my game of the year in 2021. I was a big fan of Metroid Dread. If they were able to develop something this polished and this clean, that kind of single-handedly brought Metroid back on the map after an absence of many years, what can they do with their own individual IP, dude? I want to see it, you know?
I don't know. To be honest, Mercury Stream's looking at their history of games developed. I'm here like, I don't even know how they even made it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, the first game was already sort of like a licensed. It's not licensed. It's an American McGee game, but even that, it's like American McGee is like that's already a name.
They have experience with a Metroid game earlier though. They had they experience with which Metroid was it? Samus Returns.
I know, yeah, Samus Returns. But I'm talking about their first game ever was sort of already a game with a name behind it. I'm like, how did Mercury Streams?
Honestly, it had to be a group of developers who are already confident in their craft. And they had a portfolio of work, and they were like, hey, if you guys need developers for cheap, we'll do it. And Castlevania rode that wave because they made Lords of Shadows, I think a DLC here, and then even another Lord of Shadows 2. Like, they were really on the Lord of Shadows wave for Castlevania. And then they made 5 different versions of that game here. And then they have the Metroid games here, and then Space Lords. I don't know if that's their individual IP or not. But they have a lot, they have a lot of stuff here.
This is a tangent, but maybe we should just start making more video games based on books. Like, reach out to the authors and be like, yo, I know you're not getting picked up for that Netflix deal, but we can make you a video game set in the world. And you know what?
Hey, for really cheap, you can hire me, dog. I got you. Hey, but Space Lords
as a JRPG, bro.
I'll be honest, I didn't really give Space Lords much attention when I was doing research on Mercury Stream. It seems like a pretty good game. Did you look into this?
No, I never heard of Space Lords.
It seems kind of, look it up real quick. It seems like it's a pretty valid IP for them.
And it's an original IP as well.
Yeah, and they have animated comics apparently. They have like solid artwork up on their website of the characters. It seems like this is like really well fleshed out. Don't know if I would play this game myself, but it seems like a really solid AAA. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it looks at least definitely more polished than Aztec Forgotten.
It always comes back to Aztec. Once again, I don't think this is a game I would play, but this seems pretty like well done. I just wish they had more of the like Metroid Dread is definitely their best project. I wish they had just more of that, but just for their own individual stuff, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you can't get better than Game of the Year nominated.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. But hey, I have high hopes for them. If they want to stray away and do an IP, I have my full support because hard to mess up going from Game of the Year nominee to something you can make yourself also.
Yeah, for sure,
Do you have anything else on your list also do you want to mention? Because everything else for me was pretty like low key. Dreams was up there for me as one of the best. Along with Blasphemous, Blasphemous probably easily my favorite. There's Mercury Stream, maybe Metroid Dread. I did have one thing I want to call out because I thought it was just kind of funny. The Juegos Wintech. Have you heard of them?
Excuse me.
Juegos Wintech. Never heard of them before?
Wintech? No.
Hold on, am I having is this a fever dream? I could have sworn I saw them last night, and I can't find them.
Juegos?
Here it is. So, I was looking up Hispanic developers. Look up Juegos.
How do you?
Look up Juegos Wintech. Like Juegos is JUEGOWINTEK, and then the @man afterwards.
Wait. Do that one more time. Juegos, I know how to spell Juegos, but
WINTEK.
Oh, okay. You should have said that.
And then the @man. I was trying to find more developers and more studios I never heard of before, and I saw this one person on Discord promoting this game called @man, and for a minute I thought they were promoting it because it was like a giant studio, and then I watched like the video of it. I'm like, yo, this is terrible. And then I realized, oh wait a minute, it's just one guy. Like the guy who promoted it was very much him. So then I felt bad because I was literally writing his name down on the list to roast him. And so I realized it was one guy with 6 subscribers on YouTube. Like I was like, oh, let me relax. This is actually kind of, you know, a personal side, one person project. I should not be roasting it to oblivion.
Yeah.
But the game looks very strange. Did you look at it?
I'm trying to find. I'm so
look up. Just look up the @man Juegos Wintech on Google. I'm showing it to stream right now. It looks like something you would get with like. What? It seems like you got something with a promotional like Pizza Hut deal back in like 2008 for like PS1. I feel bad because I should be roasting a guy like working on his personal project, but it's just so funny to me.
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, but yeah, you see, but like for a one-person joint, dude. I mean, yeah, it does.
At least he's trying, bro. He's trying to make something. Like I fuck with that. He's trying to get somewhere, you know. And hopefully this is a kid. Maybe it's like a kid of 14. Because if he's 14, he's doing this, then damn, he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Is it still on the Play Store?
Is it? No, it's a mobile game?
It's not. It's a mobile game.
Oh,
and
no,
it's not.
Took it down. Oh, man. Well, anyway, Juegos Wintech, if you ever find this stream or this VOD one day or this episode of the Panic Room,
reach out to us. We want to get you on the podcast.
Yeah. Just let us know how you came across making @man.
Man. Dude, I literally had no idea what you were saying. Like, I know you know what...
It sounds wild to say Juegos Wintech @man. You're like, what? What am I typing in?
And I'm like, because I thought you meant the like like don't me
no,
like
no, like ants without the N.
Like @man, and I'm like, dude, what are you saying right now? He uploaded a short.
There's more. There's more Juegos lore to explore.
Dude, the horse is so rich. Poor @man.
Oh yeah, you uploaded a short. Is this a new game? Evil Corp
check
Games?
it out.
Yo, this is a huge upgrade from the game I just showed to stream. Hold on. If this is what he's working on, then hey, he's come a long way. Oh, it's Tetris, right? Or one of those games.
It's like a puzzle game.
Still though, dude, like this is impressive. This is huge from where he came last time. He's got like animated like characters now. Like a more colorful UI.
Yeah. This looks a lot cleaner. It looks a lot cleaner.
Yo, Juegos, now we really need you on the podcast to understand how you went from @man to this.
The one thing I really wanted to ask you is what would be your dream game to make? What would be the dream for you?
You're gonna laugh because it's essentially blasphemous. My dream game is something like Blasphemous, except a twist. And I have it in my notes. I've been trying my best to visualize what I want to create in Unity. And I've been mocking up designs, assets, playing around with physics engines. And the thing I always come back to is a fish camera. It's doing that thing again. The thing I always go back to is... It worked. See, turning it off and turning it on always works. The thing I always go back to is making that Blasphemous type of game, except with a new mechanic that makes it different. So, not just, you know, chopping people down like Castlevania or using Blast like in Samus. I want something different. And by different, I came up with the idea of Noctis's kind of blade that he kind of, you know, throws and teleports to in Final Fantasy, what is that, 13? 15?
15.
Okay, yeah. In that game, he throws his blade, and when he throws his blade, he teleports to it. And I thought you could make a really cool platformer / Metroidvania that requires good skill of that. Kind of like playing Super Meat Boy and Celeste, how you have to be very quick on your feet with how you move or you die. That, with that sword engine, I think would be really cool, because not only do you evade obstacles and move from one place to another, but moving that sword could damage enemies and hurt people. So I've always had that kind of concept in my head. I've always wanted to do that. And if it wasn't that, then something that's really sky blue, maybe sometime many years in the future when I get good at this, is trying to create like a game that's kind of focused on nature. Oh my god. Are you okay?
It's not me. It's like a motorcycle outside. I don't know.
That's a motorcycle? I thought your toilet was fucking up.
No.
I thought your toilet was just like shooting water out of it.
No. Dude, I'm just sitting here like...
If I die, I die.
Oh, it's Wednesday. Ah, yeah. That happens.
The thing I've always wanted to make that's like, if I really get good at this, like really out there, is something about nature that it's kind of machine learn heavy, that every single person who explores this kind of world I create in nature has a different experience. Kind of like, depending on how you play the game changes. But not so much in a choose A or B, and then that choose your destination, not like that. Truly, like, the game is learning how you play and reacting it back to you via that nature environment that the game is, like, kind of supporting. That's an insane fucking idea. I don't know any game that does that. Outside slightly Journey kind of does that. But no game I don't think ever has really done that, dude. That would be an insane idea.
What's it going to be called? When can we expect the release?
Tomorrow. Yeah. The demo's out right now, actually.
Yeah, on Steam Deck?
On Steam Deck?
And only Steam Deck? Not Steam, just Steam Deck.
Just Steam Deck. If you don't have a Steam Deck, it's just unplayable. It came like that, man. Those two have always been...
It can't run higher than 720p.
I thought you said it can't run higher than 7p.
The graphics are so ass that it actually is kind of charming.
I did it on purpose. No, those are the two concepts I've always wanted to do. It's always been those two for me. So, who knows? Maybe in the future I'll get close to creating one of those, or like a demo. I don't know. But I've always wanted to make that for myself. And it sucks because as much as I praise Latinos and Hispanics for creating games that involve Hispanic and Latino culture, if I made a game, I really wouldn't be inclined to do that. I feel like I don't want that in my game. I don't want to push that culture in there into my games. I don't feel like it's necessary. But to others, I applaud you if you want to do it, because it makes games really cool, and a lot of games don't have that.
I feel like the perfect game for me is like a weird blend of like Super Mario Sunshine, Kingdom Hearts, and Persona 5.
Okay, hold on. What the fuck does that look like, dude? What the hell does that possibly look like?
Hey, yo, but guess what? Can you let me talk?
What's
wrong with you?
The hell does that possibly look like?
You don't think I was going to talk? I was going to talk.
I feel like you were just gonna end it there, like as a joke. Like, what if we come on 03?
No, I meant that completely.
Please enlighten me. How the hell can all three work?
No, but sort of taking place. I mean Super Mario Sunshine in this setting aspect, where it's sort of like a tropical island, but it's sort of like an amalgamation of all of like Latin America together, like a Wakanda.
Okay.
Right? Like, so it's not necessarily focused on any one specific island, but it's sort of like when you're in this location, you know it's a Latin American locale, but it's not one specifically. It's like a Wakanda. Everything kind of mishmashed all together, all in one, and it's sort of like a safe haven for all of us. Persona 5 aspect in the sense that, Kingdom Hearts and Persona 5 in the JRPG aspect, I kind of would love for it to be a JRPG.
Oh, so not Kingdom Hearts where like you're going to different worlds, not like that.
No, I meant Kingdom Hearts more so in the movement. I love the gameplay of Kingdom Hearts, and I'd love to have a little bit more of that emulated, as well as the party member system. I love the way that Kingdom Hearts incorporates its party members in a way that's like a little bit more, to me, intricate than Persona 5's. Persona 5, what I love the most about it has always been that one side of it that you play Persona 5. It really puts you in the body and mind of a student in Japan, in Tokyo, Japan. It's going to school. Like half of the game is literally you just like in a simulation. It's a sim.
And it's actually really well done too. I really like the social aspect of the game. Not social, the personal school life aspect of the game.
Yeah, so I would love like a little bit of a gameplay Kingdom Hearts setting, Mario Sunshine, and like I don't know about plot, but just like the way that Persona 5 approaches its setting. That just because it's taking place in Japan doesn't mean it's like the world ends with you, because the world ends with you is also set in Tokyo, but you don't really feel Tokyo. But in Persona 5 you do. Like a lot of it takes place around the neighborhoods of Japan, of Tokyo. Like you're walking down the streets of Tokyo, and like so many different aspects. You get to work and a job. Like so many of those aspects. Half of it is a JRPG, and the other half is a sim. And I would love for that JRPG half to be like a Kingdom Hearts style, where you're more immersed in the gameplay and it's a little bit more real time. That's like the perfect game to me. If a game like that ever came out, don't talk to me. I'm gonna be gone for the next week. Yeah.
Your camera's doing that thing again. But I'm bugging because I thought for a minute you meant combine those three stories, like combine the Super Mario Sunshine of Kingdom Hearts and Persona in terms of like the lore and story. I'm like,
the Thieves of Heart go after Bowser's heart.
How did you do that so fast? How did you possibly how did you come up with that concept so fast? It's like you were sitting on that.
No, it's a story that writes itself. And oh my god, you know what's the craziest thing is that all three are in Smash Brothers. Oh my god, Smash Brothers is the craziest ultimate crossover of all time.
That actually is fucking crazy when you think about it. That's fucking nuts. I do like where your head is though. I don't have the mindset of the lore behind more of a personal kind of lifestyle with that Hispanic culture involved. But I do feel like that game that you just mentioned could be an insane success. The only thing is it's so ambitious. That game requires so much love and attention. But behind gameplay, lore, the social, personal interactions, the environment would have to be so vast and cultural. It'd be nuts of a project.
Oh, I completely get that. All I'm saying is that if there would ever be an original IP that either I would take on or I would be like to the moon and lightened and like delighted by, if any other studio developed it, that would be like that IP. That would be the IP that, like, don't talk to me for a week. I'm going to be playing it.
I'm good, Papi. Don't talk to me. I'm good. I'm right here. I'm in my world of Super Mario Delfino Plaza. Delfino Puerto Rico.
There was a game. There was a game, and I'm really blanking on it, but there was a game that when I first saw it, I was like, yo, that looks so dope. And I think the reviews were mixed, and there was like a little girl that was like, oh my god, you know what? I'm blanking on what it was.
I have no idea what you're referring to.
It was a game that was like a mix
on this
of
list
like,
with the Hispanic developers, or just something completely different?
No, it's just this is a completely different game. Not from this list, but I just remember when I saw it, it was like the look of it initially in the trailer. I was like, this is the most similar thing to the idea that I have in my head, and I would instantly buy it. But the reviews were like really like mixed when it came out, and I was like, and it's like, oh god, I wish I could remember the name of it, but you know what? It is what it is. I don't remember the name.
Was it Polly Pocket Explores the Beach?
No, it's that Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Academy for PSP.
Right here? I just pull it out.
You ever played that? That game was lit.
Before closing out, I want to quickly give a shout out. I recently stumbled upon a Discord server called Latinx, in gaming. It's a Discord server of only like around, I want to say, a couple hundreds of people. It's really cool server because it's just straight up self-promotion and promotion of other Hispanic developers, whether small or big, just trying to kind of gain a following and just support behind their projects. So if, you know, we didn't cover something that could be huge, it might be in there. So if any of you are interested in checking that out, by all means, get on that Discord server. And speaking of Discord servers, we have our own. We have a Panic server. I spun it up a couple days ago. It's still pretty early, and it's completely private, so none of you can access it right now. And that's for good intention, because I still think it needs just a little bit more work. However, I only mentioned that because... What happened to your mic? Are you good over there? That was weird. Like, your mic started making some static noise.
I'll just mute myself in the time being.
But the only reason why I mention this is because just get ready for that. I do want to start incorporating the Discord with our streams. I'm programming a bot right now for a very interesting stream idea I'm trying to plan out in March or April. Wink, wink. When we get there, you'll see exactly what I mean. But I will start dropping the Discord link every once in a while on our streams. I don't want to completely just start dropping it on our Instagram or Twitter because I don't want just anybody joining. I do want to foster some sort of community in that Discord and make sure it's full of people we want to talk to and people who respect one another. So just expect that in the future. It's coming. Discord coming out soon. Hopefully I'll drop the link tomorrow on stream, or if not, then the stream after that. But yeah, main takeaways, just get ready for that. But yeah, that was the Hispanic developers that we've been looking up this past week, and not many of them, and honestly that is okay because some of them are pretty fucking fire, and I don't have any doubt in my mind there'll be more. My main takeaway from this list is that Spain has a huge just flex on, like, on just video game development. Like, Spaniards are going crazy, dude. Game Kitchen, Mercury Stream, Lienzo, they're making games, dude. I really don't know why there's so many in Spain, but I mean, shit, more power to you.
Yeah. I'm. This is my call to Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic to start making games, please. We want to see the next time we make a
Dude, I don't care the quality of the game. I don't care about the quality of the game. If a Puerto Rican or Dominican make a game, I'm supporting it. I'm full on supporting that shit.
Yo, as long as it's just a Caribbean game, bro, like, that'd be fire. I'm calling out all of Puerto Rico and all of the Dominican Republic until the Panic Bros gaming studio can launch completely in 2025.
I thought you were about to say 2022. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Starting with Moan of the Sea is our first game that you can buy.
Right. If you haven't watched that video, by the way, check out YouTube. He made a video.
Yeah, it's coming out. I made Simon a video game. It is not complete, but Simon tried out the first. You tried out the. Did you do the third? No, I didn't finish the third gym.
First two gyms.
It is a Pokemon-inspired RPG, and it is based off of Simon's life.
It's such a weird ass game.
Yeah, it's meant literally just for Simon. Like, it's not meant for public consumption. But we recorded his reactions and the gameplay, and expect that to be released in parts. It's gonna come out. Fingers crossed next week. I wanted to release it this week, but the release of Pokemon Legends Arceus messed my
set everyone in the world back.
Dude, the entire weekend, all I did morning to night, play Pokemon Legends Arceus. And I don't regret it, but it pushed me back. Like, there was no responsibility this weekend, and like, I'm happy about that. But I'm also like, damn.
I feel like everyone in the world kind of was set back by that game. It's such an addicting game.
Yeah, it really is. But follow us, please, on all of our socials. Subscribe to us on YouTube, of course. That's gonna be our main. That's like our main heavy hitter right now, always, as it's always been. Subscribe to our YouTube. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers. We're 110 away. We're 110 away, but we have the faith we're gonna get to 1,000 like like that. So subscribe to the YouTube to stay up to date with all of our big content pieces. But then follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, where we're pushing out content every weekday. From just little snippets of the best clips from our YouTube videos, or just original content that's just meant only for TikTok's eyes. It's a good time, and just follow us there if you want to keep on connecting with us.
And a quick reminder, stream tomorrow at 7 p.m. I'll be playing Pokemon